Alright, let's check out ShibaDoge. So this is the first time I'm covering ShibaDoge. I'm not gonna lie, ShibaDoge probably has the second best Dogecoin name that I've ever heard. It is quite an enticing name, it's quite funny, obviously from an untechnical perspective, but you know, coins with funny, stupid names like this normally do, you know, somewhat well, at least in the short term until new shitcoins come out. So obviously this is a shitcoin, it's another Dogecoin. Personally, I prefer the name of Dogelon, but yeah, jumping into the actual analysis, I've got my fib very basic from the low to the high up here. You can still see we're above the 786, so I think if we do hold this 786, all is good. We should be in line for more bullish continuation. But yeah, this is really not too much is going on. So I mean, this is a very basic chart. I don't think there's going to be much information if I draw from the high to the low up here. If we do change that so we can see what chart we're looking at, let me make it white so it's a bit easier for you to see. You can see we bounced up, we basically got rejected from the 0.5, so very like macro or midterm we're bearish, or we're obviously in a bearish downtrend. You know, I'm sure there's no one trying to argue that, you know, we've broken out or we're bullish in the short term. We're not. We're in a downtrend, we're in a big descending triangle, and the apex of this triangle is the 19th of March. So we will have a decision on what's going to be happening for this in the next 9 days. Now, I had to, you know, scurry like 1,000,001 different websites to find a chart of this that actually works. I went on TradingView. This is the only chart that they had, so I'm gonna have to get rid of that. But it doesn't seem like anywhere that the RSI and the MFI work on this. So, you know, I am basically just running off pure fibs, pure trend lines, and that's basically it. So this is your last line in the sand, in my opinion. I think if we drop below this level here, it's going to be very ugly. So we do have a potential of coming down another 10% and still being bullish. If I undo what I just did there. So yeah, I mean, another 8% drop is really the last line in the sand, in my opinion. I think if we do break below that, we will be heading down. If we come over to the weekly, see if we've ever closed below this. So I mean, previously we closed below this and then quickly had a massive rally up, but still, I mean, we came all the way down to here, so it would be a fat drop. I don't think we'd just come and backtest these lows down here. As you know, there's no real reason. I don't know why it stopped down there. I can't seem to find any fib, any reason why it would have stopped down there. I mean, if we draw it from the low down here, maybe. Okay, so there we go. I mean, it looks like it's running off the lows that we've got from down here. It barely poked its head below there, and you know, we really kind of hugged that tight, held it for dear life. And yeah, coming over to the weekly, you can see we really nicely held this. So my bad, I will be keeping my eye on this fib instead of the previous fib that I'm running. But you know, both of them are very valid. There's nothing wrong with drawing it from here. There's nothing wrong with drawing it from here. You know, sometimes altcoins just have a little bit too much momentum to the downside, and they do just, you know, find random fibs that they want to go to. So this is your last line in the sand, 786. This is probably a little bit more than an 8% drop now. If we take a chart, wow. So I mean, we've got a 29% drop, and the apex of this, obviously we've moved this trend line down, so we now have longer until the apex. So the apex of this would be the 23rd of March. We will have a decision on what's happening for ShibaDoge, or it's called SHIBDOGE, but I'm gonna stick with ShibaDoge. So we've got basically 2 weeks, a little bit less than 2 weeks, and normally these altcoins, Bitcoin included, all of these cryptos, doesn't matter whether it's a coin, a token, blah blah blah, they normally break out of these apexes much before the date that, you know, they're actually estimated to break out. So I'd say, you know, line of best fit, random line, we'd probably be breaking out in the next week or two. And by breaking out, I mean we could either have a big move to the upside or a big move to the downside. I don't think there's going to be any in between. I don't think we're going to just trade sideways out of this channel for a million years. These are very low market cap coins. They are obviously, you know, shit coins. People are going to have, you know, some people are going to have diamond hands, a lot of people are going to have paper hands. I don't think there's any in between with these type of projects. So, you know, people will be dumping very fast and people will be pumping very fast depending on whether we break up or down. Like I said, there's no red volume candles for some reason. This is just a little bit of a broken chart on DEX tools is the best that I had to run with. There's no money flow, there's no RSI, so we are just running off these levels. So yeah, last line in the sand is 235. If we lose 235, I think, you know, we're basically going to go to hell. I mean, I don't think, from the breakdown, let's be conservative. If we did bounce from there, so be it. I don't see it happening. I don't see us double bottoming down there. I think best case scenario, we'd probably be back testing these lows. Well, I mean, best case scenario is obviously this, a 33% drop, but I think that is a little bit too much hopium to ask for. I think it'd be more likely that we'd be coming down here, you know, 38, 70, and then, you know, we'd be coming close to zero if we break down there again. So all in all, you know, I'm not FUDDing, I'm not saying it's bearish. We haven't made a decision yet. So we're not bullish in the short term, we're not bearish. We are in a macro downtrend, so macro term we are bearish, but we haven't made a decision. We're in this triangle, we'll have a decision within the next couple of weeks. And yeah, that's really all I've got for you. Keep an eye out for the 23rd. That is the latest I think we'll have a decision. If we do just bleed out the side, which is my least likely scenario, I don't see it just pumping. I think we would be falling off the table very slowly, or, you know, very slowly trading sideways until we fall off the table. So yep, keep an eye on this level down here. 2351 is your last level in the sand. If we have a big pump and break above this trend line, I'd probably say, you know, I mean, these coins have very little market cap, so I wouldn't even put too much significance in worrying about, you know, the 0.5, this fib there. You can see when this moves up, it moves up in a straight line until it's done, and, you know, it basically falls off the table after that. So we've been downtrending for a while. I think we'll have a decision soon. If we break out, I'm going to be very bullish in the short term, and if we break down, I'm going to be very bearish. No in between. Keep an eye on this trend line, keep an eye on this triangle. That's all I've got for you for ShibaDoge. Once again, none of this is financial advice. This is just my opinion on the market. Best of luck to you. Cowboy out. Peace.